Okay, so this is our new coach call, and we are going to keep it really simple. There's kind of two options for our new coach call, and I chose the simpler route with, I wrote some notes kind of based on the other call that we did the other night. So were any of you guys on the call on Wednesday night, like for the full thing? Okay, so let me share my screen. All right, so this is our kind of like getting started right. And I know that, you guys have all been on our happy hours or our sneak peeks, but so you are interested in coaching. And I'm so glad that you're here because there's nothing that I love more, and I know the other coaches on the team love more than expanding this community, expanding this team and this crew of like-minded women who want to not only take care of themselves, but to help others and pay it forward. I know that brings me so much joy, and like I said, the other ladies as well. I want you to really focus about why you want to be a coach, though. So go ahead and drop in the chat kind of what interested you most about coaching. Was it getting the discount? Was it helping others? Is it making an additional income? What was that for you? I know for me, when I first started, I simply initially signed up because I wanted a discount. I was pregnant and nearing the end of my pregnancy, and I liked Shakeology and I wanted to save. So go ahead and drop in the chat what interests you about coaching. And then I know that, I grew up like loving Biggest Loser. And I always thought, I'm like, wow, this would be so cool if I could get paid to work out and to help other people not only like be healthy, but to like lose the weight and all that. And I saw that it was always like a complete transformation. It wasn't just about the weight. Are you guys dropping in the chat? I see a lot of you typing. Oh, okay. So Bethany, I want to help others who are in the same season of life as I am, be healthy and have a healthy lifestyle. Initially signed up for the discount, but quickly had people asking what I was doing, wanting to learn more. I signed up for the discount, but I want to help others because I've improved myself with Beachbody plus the discount. Yeah, the discount's like good. I'm like the person that I don't like to pay full price for anything. So if I can get a discount, I'm like, yep, sign me up. Okay. So, and that's like what we do. We help people. And obviously, we first and foremost focus on ourselves and our journey. It starts with us. So that kind of goes back to wherever you are today. That is like the perfect place. Whether you have already had a transformation, awesome, share it, shout it from the rooftops, or maybe you're in the middle of a transformation, or maybe you've hit a plateau and you want to break through it. We all have a story to tell, and that story is going to connect with someone else. And that's why it's so awesome because, there are a lot of coaches, but someone might be following me, but never truly connect with me. And then they might start following Jessica and they're like, this girl is me. This is like my jam. Like, I feel like we'd be best friends, and that person is more likely to reach out to Jessica, for example, than to reach out to me, even if she's been following me for a long time. I'm a trainer, been in the fitness world for a long time. I was against BB, then Corona happened. I need another option for home. And I found that daily I was motivated, was helping motivation. I found myself more productive in my job and my workouts and even structure. That's so awesome. And no, Jessica, like, Melissa McAllister, she's like a very well-known personal trainer, and she still personal trains, and she's the top 10 in the company, and she's in her 40s, maybe nearing 50s now. So that goes just to show that like age is but a number, and B, that you can still be a successful personal trainer. And even Moira was a gym owner. We have people with all different backgrounds. So first and foremost, it starts out with you guys. And I never want you guys to skip past that, because sometimes we get so excited about helping people that we're focused on helping people. And then we let our own journey, our own focus kind of push to the wayside. This is an opportunity, this color wheel right here for you guys to fill this out, because you are not just a Beachbody coach now. You're not just a nutrition, fitness, health coach now. You are also someone else. So me, I love to bake. I'm obsessed with breakfast. I love avocado toast. I love Moscow mules. I love being outside. I love the sun. I love the heat. So I want you guys to kind of take a moment. I want you to actually fill out a color wheel like this, but I want you to just take a moment and write in the chat some things that make you you. Like, you know, I always call myself like a recovering perfectionist. I used to be super type A and super OCD about things. And while I still am in some aspects, I've calmed down a lot. So I always say I'm a recovering perfectionist. I am, you know, a mom of two, but to narrow it down even further, I'm a toddler mom of two. So I have two toddlers. So go ahead and just type in the chat some things about you, because these things in your color wheel, or those things that make you you, that is what you are going to be posting about if you're not already. So if you go to my feed, for example, and you guys just saw it on the happy hour, because I think you guys were all on there, but I'll pull up, you know, my most recent, for example. So if you guys go to my page, yes, you could see that I work out. You could see I have a daughter. You could see my transformation. So this is just like my first scroll. You know, I just put it up. And you can even do that to yourself. You can pull up your phone and look, okay, what does my feed look like? What do I see? What can I tell without reading the captions, anything? What can I see out of that post? Look, it shows that I'm a mom. It shows that I have another child. I'm married. It shows me having like kind of like a tough time. I've got my hand in my head. So, you know, maybe showing that I post more about just like highlight reel. So you have to look at your post and go ahead and put in the chat, because I don't see any things that make you you. But you want to be sharing about everything. You don't want to just be sharing about fitness. And like Jessica, your feed might look similar to mine. I'm a fitness instructor now, and I do love giving people fitness workouts, fitness motivation. So I do probably have more fitness posts than like Ashley Smith. If you look at her post, you might not even realize she is a fitness coach at times. But you do want to realize that, you know, you've had a transformation, or that you're on a transformation. But you want to make sure that if I go to your page, I can also see that, oh, you have a dog. Oh, you live on the beach. Or, oh, you are really into DIY work, or, you know, whatever it might be. So Bethany, wife to a police officer, mom to a 4 and 5-year-old, love crafting and decorating. Awesome, Bethany. So when I go to your page, I want to see those the crafts that you've done, or some decorating, or maybe some before and afters if you've like renovated something. 4 and 5-year-olds, like whatever they love to do, that you're like doing that stuff with them, because you're going to connect with other moms with 4 and 5-year-olds. And even a wife to a police officer, however that might look. My husband's very, oops, sorry. My husband is pretty, he is pretty, lost my train of thought, not shy, but, private. And he is a prosecutor. So he isn't on my stuff a lot. And it's actually funny, because when he does appear in my photos, I get so many likes, probably because I never see him. But dog mama, so awesome, Carrie. And I know you share, you know, pictures of your dog, kindergarten teacher, wife, West Coast, summer, girl, coffee. So do you guys see how like you can pick out these words, and when you pull up that first vision of their feed, if you scroll and have just their picture showing, that you should be able to see that. And if you have any questions about that, my adult ADHD plays a big part in who I am. Also newlywed, a mom, almost 2-year-old. I'm pregnant with my second. Love being outside, especially in the sun. Wife. No one knows I'm pregnant. Okay, so also, you guys, when you are looking for other people, because, you know, we're going to start with our warm market. I'll talk to you guys about that in a second. But you want to write down all these things that you just wrote down, fill out a color wheel. So if you got like 10 to 20 kind of things about you. And then if you're ever looking for like your people, so to speak, these are where you can create hashtags on the things that make you you, so that you can find other people that not are only like-minded, but maybe are in a similar position of life as you are. And those are the people that you are going to enjoy becoming friends with. And, you know, maybe, you know, byproduct is they end up joining your team. But, you know, when you're on Instagram or on Facebook, like you love seeing posts from certain people. And most likely those people are either someone that you like look up to, or is very similar to you, right? So, oops, how did that happen? So that is the message though, that you guys are going to be sharing, those things that make you, you. And I want you, like I said, write that down, because you're going to be like telling your coach, you're going to be like, Laura, I feel like I don't know what to post about. I don't know what to write. And I'm going to say, go back to your color wheel. What makes you, you? The next one is coach announcement. Now, this page is kind of not controversial, but, it used to be like, have a picture of yourself and talk about how you've become a coach now. I don't always like that type of post, because sometimes I feel like people, when they post about a new adventure, they do get a ton of support. But then I also want it to be like, this is why I joined type of thing. So I personally always tell my coaches to just start talking about your journey. And it could even be like, we'll take a boomerang of this call tonight, and you can just post on your stories, like, loved chatting with the other coaches on my team, because this is your team now, right? We have all teamed up together. We are all about collaboration. And that's what I want you guys to kind of own as a new coach. This is your team call here tonight. And so you should unapologetically and without any hesitation share, love chatting with my coaches tonight, and learning some new, and like getting advice, or just learning. I always a learner, loved hanging out with my coaches tonight. So you could just start talking about you as a coach and kind of own that success right from the bat, like right from the get out. What I like to say about the new coach announcement is just to start sprinkling it in more. Like, you don't have to be like, okay, I started coaching now, who's going to join me starting tomorrow? I don't kind of like those posts, but I do like, tomorrow is week whatever of my program, or maybe you're starting a new program. Tomorrow is Monday. Who else is needing something to like look forward to lately? That is a perfect way to like invite and to comment, or to create a caption in your post that shows like, hey, I'm doing something. Do you want to do it with me? Definitely, if you ever need help with any posts, send it to your coach. I always love like proofreading posts, or, one of my coaches the other day was like, okay, I have this picture. I want to post it, but I have no idea. Like, I'm brain dead right now. We all are, right? She's like, I'm brain dead. I have no idea what I want to write. Like, do you have any advice? And then I like kind of like gave her almost like an outline. And then I had like parentheses, like fill in the blank, fill in the blank. She's like, perfect. That's exactly where I was like, what I was wanting to say, but I couldn't get the words out. So no, it's never weird, or never hesitate to reach out. And even you guys are all plugged into the team threads, I believe, but never hesitate to be like, hey, I just posted, I would love if you guys showed some love on that post. That's what we are here for. We're here to help. And the more obviously engagement on your post, the more people will see it. All right. The next one is personal development. So there's a long list, but this is the short list. And the first one, and this is the first book that I read too, is The Compound Effect. I don't have time to read either, so don't use that as your excuse. So I listen personally to Audible. If you're not on Audible, then you can get a first book for free. You can either ask your coach if they have Audible, or you can ask me and I'll share one with you. But I listen to Audible, when I was in the shower today, I was listening to Audible. If I'm getting ready, I listen to Audible. If I'm doing the dishes, folding laundry, whatever it might be, I make a very unfun activity fun by listening to personal development. It's pretty much like, workout releases those good endorphins, and eating healthy makes you feel good. Personal development's like fuel for the brain. It just fills you with positivity. If you're ever wondering like, why is Laura so positive, or why is your coach like so inspirational? It's because of personal development. It's like personal development in the Bible. Everyone should read it. So these are my recommendations. Good night, honey. Love you. So these are some book recommendations. And if you've already read something, then just move on to something else. Sometimes I go back and read or listen to books. I do like a physical book, but like I said, I don't personally have or make the time to read it. When I'm listening to Audible, I'll just pause it. And then on a notes section in my phone, I will kind of put the book title and then just write notes on that book. So like right now, I'm finishing up Everything is Figure Outable. So I have like a whole list of like inspiration from that book. And that's how I create a lot of my posts. Any questions on personal development? Do you guys all have a book that you are currently reading or want to read? You guys can kind of drop in the chat. Carrie, are you reading Everything is Figure Outable too? Yeah, that's what I thought. And there's also, like if you have a library membership, there's audiobooks through the library. Sometimes those are hard to get though. Yes, Victoria, you definitely do. And you'll love it. You'll like find that you look forward to doing like chores because it gives you an opportunity to listen to a book. Like I had a baby shower in Columbus like a couple months ago. And I was like so excited to be driving by myself so I could listen to my audiobook for 2 hours. Girl Wash Your Face is good. And Girl Wash Your Face, like I feel like that is a good book to kind of like get you unstuck out of your way. It's not necessarily a business kind of book, but it does kind of give you some empowerment and inspiration. Currently reading 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do. Nice. You'll have to share some of those things. And that's what's good about it is like, because everyone kind of like wants to read, right? I don't know about you guys, but I've actually seen a lot of Facebook posts, even some Instagram posts, like, anyone have any book recommendations? Like, so utilize, your platform. That's what I love about coaching is we actually use social media for what it should be used for. We spread joy, we connect with people, and we are able to utilize this platform to serve others. So definitely take notes, highlight if you're actually reading a book, and incorporate it into your posts. Okay. The next one is, who do you think would love or consider to do this with? I think about when I first started, and I didn't really make a list. I just kind of started sharing my journey. I started inviting on my posts, and this was before Instagram stories, but like right now, it's very easy to incorporate polls or even question boxes and tell people to drop their email or a GIF in the box if they want more information. But, when I was pushing for a goal, when I actually decided like, okay, I want to create a business out of this, I sat down and I just like brain dumped people that I knew who would like this. So, think about like right now, if you were like in no preconceived notions, like not worrying about if they actually would join, but just take a moment to type 3 people in the box. So mine was like this girl I grew up with. I wrote her name down. And I was like, oh, I know she loves working out. Like she would love this. Then I wrote this other girl down who I used to work out at the rec with. Then I wrote this other girl down who I know was always like wanting to lose weight. She always talked about it, and she was always doing new diets and all of that stuff. So those were like 3 examples of people I wrote down. I wrote down my sister, my mom, people who I also know who have struggled and have wanted to kind of lose weight. So just write 3 people in the chat box right now that like come to mind. And like I said, no preconceived notions, because you honestly, especially now at the state we are in, you just never know. I have people come to me all the time, or that I've asked with like hesitation, like, hey, I know, like, I appreciate like all the love and support you've been sharing on my posts. Not sure if you'd be interested, but I'm starting a new group tomorrow. Do you have health and fitness goals too? And they'd be like, yes, I've actually been meaning to reach out to you. And I'd be like, what? You wanted to reach out to me? Like, I thought you loved XYZ, I thought you loved Orange Theory, or I thought you were a CrossFit person. People need health and fitness in their life. Everyone needs health and fitness in their life. So that's what I do love about what we do. But just never hesitate. And since you are new, I know that those people that you're thinking of would be flattered to hear from you, that you were starting this adventure. You want to help other people and pay it forward. And you know that everything is better when you're doing it with friends or family or people and you wanted to know if they wanted to do it with you. I just had a neighbor. She started a different business adventure, and she's like, hey, I'm doing this, and this quarantine has been crazy. She's a nurse, an ER nurse, She's like, and I'm really realizing that I need to focus on this because I'd rather do this than be an ER nurse. And I was like, I would love to support you. How can I help? And that is just me wanting to help her out. She's a friend, she's a neighbor. So if people say no, that's fine too, because it might not be, it's usually not you, but it definitely might not be because they don't want to like do it. But know that they would be flattered to know that you are doing something and they know, like, and trust you already. And more than likely, they would want to support you. I know there's a lot of different ways. Awesome. Know that I'm liking all of these people. Know that there's a lot of different ways that they can support you. It's not just a one size fits all. But here are some ways that I would invite someone. So it could be kind of like what I just said. Hey, Bethany, I'm not sure if you've seen, but I've been kind of posting about my workouts and I'm, really trying to live this like healthy lifestyle. I have decided that I want to not only focus on my journey, but I want to pay it forward and help others. Do you have health and fitness goals too that you'd like to work on with me? It could be as simple as that. Or it could be, hey, Victoria, I'm starting week 6, my last week of my boxing program. And after this program, I'm going to start Barre Blend. And I know that you have always loved barre. Do you think, would you like to do the barre program with me? It's like so simple. Have a conversation. You truly like these people. So you don't want to like pressure them. You're just asking them like, hey, I'm doing this. Do you want to do it with me? Or it could say like, hey, Jessica, I am starting a new group in May to help people stay accountable for their health and fitness goals. Do you have health and fitness goals too, so that you can join my accountability group? There are so many ways to say it. You can type it, you can voice message it, you could text it, you could call them and tell them. Also in my team page, I don't know if Jenny has it too, but you could type in invite, and I have a bunch of invite and follow-up examples. And if you ever need help with knowing what to say, once again, utilize the message thread or ask your coach. Any questions on that? Give me a thumbs up if you guys feel good that you could reach out to these people. Okay. The next one is inviting tips. So like I said, you have your color wheel. You have the things that make you you. You're going to post about those things. And when you are on Instagram, especially because it's easier on Instagram, you're going to go to maybe the hashtag in like the little magnifying glass, the search, and type in police wife. Or officer wife or something like that. Then it's going to show you related tags. You can click on one of those tags and you can scroll up and see a bunch of pictures. And then say you see like, oh, this person looks cool. Like click on their picture. It looks like you guys might vibe, add friend. If their profile is public, like, comment on a couple of their posts, and you just made a new friend. You just connected with a new friend. Hopefully they start following you back, but that's simply how I build. People always want to know, like, I don't have a lot of followers or whatever. That's how I add more followers on Instagram. On Facebook, I go to, say me and Carrie. Carrie's not a coach for the time being. And Carrie and I are good friends. She's not a coach, but we like vibe together. I'd go to Carrie's friends list on Facebook, and I would look at the friends you might know, or just look at her friends list. But there's usually like a friends you may know. And then you can, if they have like 25 or 50 mutual friends, I just add them right off the bat. It's not weird at all on Facebook. Instagram is definitely not weird to add strangers, so do it without hesitation. I don't usually say, this one says, would you like more info? Or what do you think? I usually ask them like a specific question, like, do you have health and fitness goals too? So if someone likes or comments on your fitness post, maybe you post a sweaty selfie, maybe you're like getting ready to work out, maybe it's a video of your workout. I scroll up to see like who's liked or commented on it, send them a message. Hey, Carrie, thanks so much for showing some love on my fitness post today. I hope it inspired you to work out. Do you have health and fitness goals too? That's kind of how I straight up invite someone. What do you think about an individual who's following a substantial amount more people than you are following? Following or has more followers? And you can even unmute yourself if you want. So has more followers or following? So like maybe you find someone that has like 5,000 followers. Is that the question? I'm gonna unmute you. Is it they have like 10,000 followers or 5,000 followers? Hello? Okay, I'm not hearing. So I think you mean like if someone has a ton of followers. So I don't typically follow people unless I'm like doing one of those giveaways. I don't typically follow people that have more than like, I don't know, 10,000 followers because I know I just don't. And then, but I do like on some that I truly like for my own benefit. Like I follow Sarah Haven and she posts a bunch of recipes, but I like follow her just because I like her recipes and I like to recreate them sometimes. But if I'm looking to build my network and potentially help someone on their health and fitness journey, I look for people that I just like feel like I would connect with. I don't dig too super deep into their pages, kind of look at their pictures. And if they look like someone I'd vibe with, then I just add them and I comment and like on a couple of their posts. I hope that helped on that one. Any questions about inviting? So you have to like shake off, listen to something fun, either your personal development book or music, and just realize, you guys, if inviting didn't happen, you guys would not be here because I was invited. Jenny straight up called me and said, "Hey, I'm doing this new program and it's a dance program and I know you like dance and you like to work out. Do you want to do this?" You guys, I was 6 months pregnant. Like talk about guts to call me, but she knew me, right? I was one of her friends. We grew up together. So she didn't like prejudge like, oh, Laura is 6 months pregnant. I don't think she's going to want to work out or like do this program or drink this shake. Like no preconceived notions, right? She just knew that I like to dance, like to work out. And it was like, honestly, you guys, a godsend because my doctor had just said, you need to stop gaining weight so fast. So it was like perfect timing, right? So if you don't invite someone, a lot of times people will reach out, but there's also a lot of times where they won't because they're intimidated. And so when you invite them, they feel special. And you also empower them because you put that belief in them that they can do this and that you want them to do it with you. This is a community. This is a club. This is a party. This is friendship. Like people want to be invited to it. And think about the last time you just showed up at a party that you were invited to, right? Probably never. And if you did, you were crashing it because you were pissed at someone. So no one crashes parties. You have to invite. It is not scary. If anything is like super flattering to get invited to something. And the worst thing that can happen is someone says no. Honestly, you want a yes or no. So never worry about the outcome. That is on them, not on you. If there's any questions on that, let me know. So as far as training goes, you guys are going to go to your back office, the coach.teambeachbody.com. You're going to click on new coach training, and there is getting started videos, and there's the Success Club system video. You want to make sure you guys watch this because this business is super simple, and this tells you exactly how to do it. It talks about inviting. It talks about share a cart. It talks about the My Challenge Tracker portal, which we're switching to BOD groups next week if you were on our super weekend call yesterday. But you want to go over the back office and watch those videos before you get started if you haven't done that already. Your first group, for me, I usually have people in my group. I will say with BOD groups starting, I'll probably still have my new coaches in my group. But with BOD groups starting, it's going to link to your back office. So you will want to soon host your own group. I usually say that a good group has about 10 people in it. If it has under 10, you just want to make sure you are really engaging on everyone's posts and telling them that you expect them to engage in the group as well. Because like I said, we're creating this community in the app, in the accountability group. And never hesitate, like don't not invite or don't like not have a challenge group because you're stressed out about it. Just join your coaches. But know that it is very beneficial to you to start a group sooner. Or, you can wait till you get 10 people, for example. Your goals. So, I have some notes here too. The first thing is to commit to a program. So everyone write in the chat box what program you are following, or what program you plan to follow. I am finishing up 10 rounds and I'm like going back and forth with what my next program is going to be. But you always want to be following a program. Now today, because I have a rest day with 10 rounds, I did 21 Day Fix Extreme Day 7. I did the yoga workout. So you can definitely like do other programs, but you want to follow. I'm still following the 10 rounds calendar. And then on my rest days, I use another workout to kind of fill that in because I just feel better when I'm active. So I used my yoga workout as like an active recovery workout. Morning meltdown, awesome. Lift 4, finishing up lift 4, then doing bar. Morning meltdown, 80 day, awesome. So yeah, first thing is to commit to a program. So second, raise your hand if you've been sharing about your program. Not all the days are like quote numbered, but for me, like I just wrapped up week 5, right? Of 10 rounds. Yeah. Week 5. I think I said week 7 earlier. So week 5. And then this week I'm doing week 6, the last week. So you'll see that in my Instagram stories, I'm posting about it and I'm saying like, just finish up week 5. I have 1 more week left. And then tomorrow I'm going to say I'm starting week 6 because people are sharing following along with my journey as I share it. So make sure you guys are, putting caption. It could, even if you're not comfortable with videos yet, I recommend just hit the time lapse option on your phone because then it's like super quick. But B, just post a picture and just say, all right, getting ready to start week 6. This is my last week of my program. I can't wait. Then after you're done, take a sweaty selfie. Just finished. Those 40 minutes were definitely necessary. I think I just punched out all my frustrations, so that's a very simple way to just share about it. And raise your hand if you have already started sharing about like your workouts, your workout like journey. Raise your hand. Kind of, sort of. Okay. Next is like your nutrition. So nutrition, you guys, is something that 99.9% of people struggle with. And I even like struggle with it. And so, but I'm always trying to remember to take a snapshot of my food real quick. And I just like post it because people just want to know like what I eat. So every day pretty much, if you ever follow me on stories, you'll see that I usually have my 2 eggs and my avocado toast. I'm on avocado toast. So today I made French toast and I actually forgot to take a picture of the French toast, but I'll mention it in my picture and say I also made French toast with Dave's Killer Bread, almond milk and eggs, vanilla, cinnamon. So people want to know what you're eating, and it's also accountability for you to either eat or not eat something. So sometimes when I want the Kit Kat, like I ate the Kit Kat, right? That was yesterday's wrapper. Didn't have any today. So I'll say like, yesterday I gave into the Kit Kat. Today I didn't, because I want people to know that I'm not perfect. And that's a good thing about this. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up. So that's what I want you guys to do. Show up, because think about what people struggle with. They struggle up with showing up. They struggle with being consistent. So if you're not showing up and if you're not consistent, then why does someone want to join you, right? So think about what you would want out of someone, out of a coach, out of an accountability partner, accountability group, and you need to act that way. The next thing is your next kind of goal is like, think about what you want out of this and write in the chat now. Do you want to make this a hobby? Do you want to make this a business? Do you want to pay off student loans? Do you want to pay off your car? Do you want to shop without any guilt? Do you want to save up for a vacation? Go ahead and write in the chat kind of like what you want out of this business. Maybe it's just that you need more accountability on your personal journey, because sometimes you don't show up because you're the only person that knows that you want to show up. But you know that, like I know, since I have a whole community of coaches and a whole community of challengers, like that I'm leading, I better show up, because if I want them to show up, then I have to do the same. So awesome. Accountability, mainly by extra cash, but extra cash would be awesome too. Yep. I'd like to make an additional business. Awesome. Hobby to start. Yes. Accountability and pay for my Beachbody supplies. Yep. So speaking of that, so if you're on Shakeology, for example, helping three people will pay for your Shakeology. So like since I've started, I've never paid for my Shakeology since I started coaching, because I've always made it a priority to help at least three people. Because I want people in my groups, because remember I talked about like you kind of need like a good 10 people in your group for that like engagement. Good, Victoria, accountability, then pay off debt. But you also like, for me, I want to help a minimum 3 people, but I don't really put like a limit on how many people I help each month, I would say, because I always want to help more people. But if I could help 3 people, that means I am not only holding myself accountable because 3 people are looking up to me, but I'm also making an impact in their life. And I know that when I help one person, that they're also going to be an impact and inspiration to their family and like their close circle of friends. And that's like my goal, is to like just make this massive impact on lives of others. I want people to become free from all their medicine that makes them like they're on the medicine because they're overweight or their health is unhealthy. I want to help people transform and end the cycle of yo-yo dieting like I grew up with. So I never really put like a limit on that, but I always want to help minimum 3. My personal goal is a minimum of 5 people. But when you help 3 people, you at least pay for your Shakeology, right? Or your pre-post bundle. But obviously, if you're looking to make extra money and to pay off debt, when you help just 3 people a month, you guys, the opportunities out of that are like endless. In like your first 3 months, you're going to make $800, so it can really compound really quickly when you just focus on helping 3 people. So that's your goal. You want to help 3 people this month. That could be your husband, that could be your sister, it could be your friend, it could be your brother. You want to help 3 people this month. And when you help 3 people in your first 3 months, or in your first 6 months, 3 months out of the 6 months, sorry, 3 people for 3 months out of your first 6 months as coach, you guys, you not only get a free ticket to Summit next year, you not only get like a free t-shirt, and I think there's another gift, I forget what it is, Carrie, but you also get a spot in a test group, which I've never gotten in a test group because that was an option. A puzzle, yes, I did just earn my puzzle. So they have like little fun gifts and cool gifts. Like I got a suitcase last year. And this year, I think 12 months of Success Club, helping 3 people, you get a Theragun, which I'm excited for that. But anyway, when you help 3 people for 3 out of your 6 months, you get a spot in a test group. So they have already started to put the test group together for Megan's program, the MFB, that's coming out in the summer. But Dallas is coming out with a running / like fitness program combination, and they haven't created that test group yet. So you guys right now that are new, you have the opportunity to get a spot in the test group for that program, which talk about like confidence that gives you and excitement, because like you're truly exclusive and you are like a part of creating that program. So that is such an honor. Your next thing would be, your next focus after helping 3 people would be to become an Emerald coach. And Emerald, we actually have a call for it tomorrow. If you can't hop on tomorrow, there's a recording. You can ask your coach for it. But hitting an Emerald rank just means you're helping 2 people sign up like how you signed up. So you could be helping, my first person was my husband, because I wanted to make a business out of it. And that's kind of your first step is in the business. And then my second person was my mom. My mom wanted and needed Shakeology. So it made sense for my husband to sign up and then my mom to sign up. And then bam, I was an Emerald coach in 24 hours. So if you want more information on that, you can join tomorrow's call. But you guys already kind of talked about the money. And you guys already kind of talked about like what you want out of this, but think about like right now, your pain points or things that are bothering you right now. what could you use the money for? For me, and go ahead and type it in the chat. Like for me, I'm really thankful that I can still, without hesitation, donate to my church. Like that makes me really happy. I know that, and then my husband, he even donated to the food bank. Like I'm so happy that I and we can still donate to those charities that are in need. I'm also really thankful that, we've been spending a lot of money on food because obviously we're cooking more. I'm really thankful that I don't have to think twice, like, do we have money in the bank to pay for all this food? Um, so we have a husband's truck. Awesome. Victoria, I know you mentioned debt. Any other things that like you would just, if you had like extra money that you would just feel, or maybe even you have the money right now and you just are really grateful that you can spend money on XYZ. New computer. Yes, that's a good one. That is a good purchase. And since you're a coach, I think you can write off like half of it. Tax write off. Yes. An away suitcase. Nice. Okay, so yeah, and that's the opportunity, that coaching provides. I didn't know how much money I made for my first year, and then when I got my tax form, I was like, oh, my husband's like, oh, you actually make money. So the thing with the money is it's a reflection of how much you work. So, make sure you get clear on your goals, or maybe you're not sure yet, but maybe in the next 3 months, you can really kind of hone in on your goals and talk to your coach. Like, this is what I want to do with this. Like, can you help me get there? Because there's definitely a way. There are coaches that have made a consistent $500 a month to put towards their car, and then there's coaches that are making six figures a month. Doesn't happen right away. It happens with consistency. But we have girls on our team that have retired themselves from their job, that have bought the house, that have bought the car, that have done all the things. So it's not just like up here in like La La Land. Like, it's real. It can happen. It's happened to our friends that have only been coaching for 4 years. So know that whatever your goal is, I know it's scary to like think about that, but know that it is possible, and that you should definitely talk to your coach about like, this is what I want to do. Like, how do I do it? And they'll be real with you. I know I'm super real with all my coaches. Like, this is what it's going to take, and we can reverse engineer it. Single mom, money for two growing daughters, always necessary. Yes. I will say though, my son is very expensive. He has broken my Apple Watch. He's broken my computer. He has done a couple things that have, I feel like he's costs more money than my daughter has. But Liv definitely loves all the things. So awesome, you guys. All right, so Success Club training system, I already mentioned that. So go to the coach.teamdty.com under the training tab. You want to make sure you watch those getting started videos. It takes like a half hour total. And then the Success Club tracker. The Success Club tracker, you guys, also is so clear and concise. I love it because it tells you exactly how much time to spend on it. Maybe you don't have the full 2 hours to spend on this, but you already did your workout and you drank your Shakeology. Check, check. Maybe you are sitting in the car and maybe like, not today. Yesterday, my husband was driving and I sat in the driver's seat and I did some answering messages and I added some friends on Instagram. So that would be like a check mark in that box. But if you're doing activities on here, you will move your business forward. You will, if you do this at least 5 times a week, you will help 3 people a month. So know that it is super simple to have success in this business. You just have to want to help people and you have to do the activities. So we already did that. Our 4 vital behaviors, are pretty simple. Be proof the products work. So think about like people's hesitations. They don't know if it works or they're worried it's not going to work for them. I've tried everything too, but when I try these programs and I felt great, like especially with Shakeology, you notice the results pretty quickly. Like I had digestive issues forever, for years, 10 years. And then I started doing Shakeology and I felt better like within weeks. And so that was kind of like the golden ticket for me that like, yes, I needed to do this. But people want to know that you're getting results because it's going to give them the motivation and the like, all right, I need to do this too. It's gonna be like that light bulb moment. Connect, invite follow-up. That's what you're gonna be doing with this. Get people results. So when people sign up, make sure they're following your program. Check in with them. How are you doing? How are you liking your shakes? Do you need a recipe? If they're drinking the pre and post workout, make sure they know that Energize can make them tingle. I always say drink it out of a straw to make it less tingly on your face. Talk to them about the post workout brownie batter. Get them results. Make sure if they're not plugging into the challenge group, remind them, hey, plug in this accountability group. It is what has helped me stay on track. And then do personal development. I will say that personal development, like I said, has changed my life. And whenever I have a coach or even a challenger, because I'll often tell my challengers to read or listen to personal development too. If I have someone that's just like in a funk or they're just not feeling it, I'll be like, have you listened to personal development? And usually, especially if they're a coach and they haven't, I'm like, that's what you need to do. That's your missing piece. You want to know what it takes to be successful? Listen to personal development. So do not skip that step. I will say your first 2 out of those 4 vital behaviors is to be the proof the product works and do personal development. Like do those first 2 things and then do the connections, do the sharing, get the people the results. But you have to work on your journey first because that's what's going to inspire people to and motivate people to want to join you. Any questions? Just make sure you guys add. Yeah, so print this out. There is also an app. It's called like the SAC app. I'm not techie, so I don't use the app. But if you are techie, it's called SCBAT, BAT, and it's like a teal app. It's this. Oops. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, it's right there. Did you guys see it for a second? Right there, this one. So that's what it looks like. It says SCBAT. And they pretty much translated this into a coach created that app. Success Starter, I already talked to you guys about that. I already talked to you guys about Emerald. And then as far as calls, you guys are more than likely added to 2 to 3 coach groups. I want you guys to know that you don't have to be on all the things. There's a lot of training, there are a lot of calls, but you have to prioritize what is important to you. The first call that should be important to you is your team call. So like if you're directly under me, then you should be on my team calls. I don't always host team calls, so we hop on Jenny's team call. So that would be like our priority call. The next one would be your national wake up call, which is every Monday at 11 a.m. I don't usually get on live, but it's on Facebook. Like they do like a Zoom call, or the podcast has it. So those should be 2 calls that you plug into each week. There are work sessions where we go over these activities every single week, usually multiple times a week. Prioritize it because that is what's going to move your business forward if you need that accountability of going through it. And then know, though, that you will see a ton of trainings, a ton of opportunities, and that's what they are. They're just opportunities. But I will say if you fill your schedule with calls, you'll never get the work done, and the work is what's going to move your business forward. It's called SCBAT, like Success Club Business Activity Tracker. And Success Club means that you've helped those 3 people. You're welcome. But yeah, so don't get overwhelmed. Like you will get overwhelmed, but know that you can take a deep breath because you don't have to do all the things. What questions can I answer? I'm going to go over my other written notes. And know that you just got to take it one step at a time. You got to be willing to learn as you go. Trust me, I told you guys I was super type A and super OCD about stuff. And I'm someone who loves to learn and could spend easily like 6 hours a day trainings, but that's not going to move my business forward. That's not going to help me help more people. I have learned this business by just doing. I didn't even know what Emerald was. And then I saw like an Emerald shout out and I was like, how do I do that? And then I figured it out. Then it was like, I wanted to travel. Okay. I found out I could travel for retreats and I had to be a diamond coach. Okay. How do I do that? So I just kind of learned as I went. And I asked questions. I will say you might have a lot of questions and that's totally normal. The FAQ on the Beachbody page is super helpful. The team page and team thread, like the team thread is awesome because a bunch of other coaches will chime in to help each other out, answer, because I might not always like be on that chat, but other coaches are. So if you have like a quick question, look, but the FAQ is really helpful on the Coach at Team Beachbody page. And then even on the Facebook pages, you guys know that there's a search bar where you can search the page on Facebook. What questions do you guys have? Any? You guys want to show your face real quick for a quick boomerang for those who have their camera off? Are you guys excited? Are you guys intimidated, overwhelmed, all the things? You guys okay? Sarah, do you want to show your face or is it not an option right now? Any helpful materials to help with posts? As far as like, you want to know like posting ideas? Because I do have like a posting ideas, I think option. Is that what you mean, Sarah? Like a posting ideas? Okay, yeah. So let me see. I think I have one. This is like old school when I first started, but it's still valid now.
Book.
And if there's any other questions, ask me now while I'm searching for this. Anyone? Okay, post ideas. Let me, here, do you want to take us, all right, let's see. Okay, let me see if I can drop it in the chat. I don't know if you can, or if I should just show it so you can screenshot it. No, you are fine. Okay, so let me share my screen real fast so that you can screenshot it, because I think you can do that, right? Well, so for this, like post ideas. This is something I wrote like when I was first coaching, just to kind of give you guys ideas. So you could screenshot this. Oops. So I have like on here, Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Tuesday tip. And these are also ideas that you guys could use for your Instagram stories or Facebook stories. Thirsty Thursday, Thankful Thursday, Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday, Flex Friday, share about Shakeology. I usually call it my superfood shake or my plant-based shake. Benefits, recipes. One time, you guys, I had like a container of Metamucil, and I was like, I lived on this for 10 years and it still didn't help me, but it kind of helped me, but now I don't use it anymore. I have my shake instead. Meal prep, you know, it could be a picture of you cutting something, a time-lapse video of you cutting or prepping. It could be a picture of you writing out your meal plan, sharing about how coaching has changed your life. You know, like I said, even just posting a picture or a boomerang while you're on team calls about community, or it could be a screenshot from a challenge group. You know, I just like love the things that are shared, and I usually just like cross out the person's name. Be you. People want to join you. They don't want your products. They don't just want your products. They want to be with you. They want to be a friend with you. They want to have support and community with you. When in doubt, post a recipe or transformation. Those are probably my two most engaging and liked posts. I never go a week without posting a transformation, and it doesn't always have to be on Tuesdays. It could be any day of the week. And then share about how accountability groups have changed your life. All right. Did you get that screenshot? I hope. So Instagram more than Facebook. I do Instagram stories, not Facebook stories. I wish I had the time to do Facebook stories too, but I kind of don't. But I still get more engagement on my Facebook posts. But it makes sense. I talk to more people on Instagram, but my engagement on my physical posts, more of it is on Facebook. Because think about it, those people know me, you know, and they might follow less people on Facebook than on Instagram. Yes, Carrie, thanks for that 10-ish stories a day, one post a day. Yeah, and so don't automatically share from Facebook to Instagram or vice versa. You want to just post separately because if you do that share option, it gets shown to less people. And you want to be a public profile. Yes, just like you said, Care. Okay, awesome. All right, let's take a quick picture. I'll do a boomerang. 'Cause boomerangs are fun. I really do have fun boomerangs. Okay, ready? Ready, steady. You can move it, groove it. Yes, it's good. I'll just take one more picture too and send it whatever you guys want to use. I'll post it in the team threads. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a good rest of the night. If you have any